Any guesses why you think only 6.8% of Westerners are net worth millionaires? I'd love your thoughts. Put your thoughts in the comment section below. So, first of all, what is a net worth millionaire? A net worth millionaire means you have a portfolio of assets that are worth $1 million. So, if you have something called a balance sheet, a personal balance sheet, hint, hint, you need one. But on that balance sheet, it would show that, hey, my assets minus my liabilities, but I have these assets worth $1 million. And that's what is a net worth millionaire. And a net worth millionaire means that those assets that are valued at $1 million don't include your primary residence. And what a lot of people think is they think, hey, I do have a $500,000 net worth, or maybe even approaching $1 million, because they're counting the equity in their home into that equation. But you can't count the equity in your home as part of your net worth, because that money will never pay you. You need net worth, an asset value of worth the net worth that will pay you dividends and interest, that becomes your passive income. That passive income becomes your future financial freedom. So that's what we mean by a net worth millionaire. And I like to title this, I Want to Be a Millionaire. So how do you do it? How you do it is you take advantage of time. And that, because money's not taught in school, we're mostly financially illiterate. We don't understand the basic principles of wealth creation. We don't understand how compound interest works. And therefore, because we're in this dono, we're not putting money away from a young age, and we're getting started too late. So hopefully by watching this money video today, that you'll be able to start putting this to work and not kick the can down the road any longer. So how does this work? If you want to be a net worth millionaire, let's say you're 25 years old. You're 25 and you say that I want to be a millionaire. You would ask the question, how much money do I need to sock away and invest on an annual basis to be able to become a millionaire? And any guesses? So if you're 25 and you're starting this, you need to put away about $2,500 per year for 40 years. So into this kind of more traditional thought pattern is that I'm going to retire, quote unquote, retire at 65. I want to be financially free by 65. So what this means is if you're 25 years old, all you have to do is put $200 away for the rest of your working career. Why? Because most of us work 40 years, because our bodies last 40 years in the workplace, but our minds last 40 years, and it gives us purpose for 40 years. Now, we might want to become financially free sooner, but most of us want to work for 40 years in some form or fashion because it gives us meaning and purpose. And that's why that's kind of that 10-year, 40 years work span. So $200 per month for 40 years, only $200. That's why you start. So it doesn't matter if you make $1 million a year. All you have to do, if you want to take advantage of the 40 years, all you have to do, you could spend all the rest of the million and just make sure that you invest that $200. But why don't we do this starting at 25? Well, one, we don't know that this is what we need to do. But number two, we think at 25, like, oh my God, I'm young. I want to go spend my money. I'm making money for the first time out of college. And I've got the rest of my life to do that wealth thing. And we're just starting to make higher incomes and getting really good at spending it, especially, at this young age. And so we think we're going to have the rest of our life to do it, so that we put it off, even if we know it's something we should do. So what happens if we wait 10 more years till we're 35? How much money do you think you have to invest at 35 to become a millionaire by the time you're 65? The answer is roughly $6,000. So now by waiting 10 years, you have to put away $6,000 or closer to $500 per month away and invest that. Why? Because in this case, you only have 30 years. So you have to put away more than double. You have to save and invest more than double than if you had started 10 years before. So this is the cost of waiting 10 years. Now, let's say At 35, early 30s, 35, we're starting to have a kid or two, we're married, we have a bigger house, we have more expensive cars, we have childcare. Life gets a lot more expensive once we start that family. So what do? We're thinking, man, I don't have anything extra. I'll worry about that wealth thing later on. Right now, it's taking everything we've got to be able to just keep the family going and the household bills paid. So we wait until we're 45. So what's the cost then at age 45? At age 45, you need to put $17,000 a year away, or closer to $1,400 per month. Wow, we went from $200 to $500 to $1,400 a month by waiting an additional 10 years. And this, why? Because now at 45, we only have 20 years to let that money compound. So we need to put a lot more money in so that it has enough time to grow at that bigger number to become that millionaire in that 10-year future. So we just made our life more expensive. That then if we just started with our 20, we'd only be putting $200 away. But in this case, we're having to put $1,400. So let's say now it's like, oh man, 45, kids are going to college. I didn't put money away from college, and now they need cars and they need these other things. I think I'll just wait till the kids are out of college. And again, I still feel young at 45. So what if we wait another 10 years? So what do you think you'll have to invest on an annual basis when you're 55 to be able to retire when you're 65? It's going to bump up to $62,000 per year, or a little over, let's say, $5,000 per month. Big jump, right? Why? Because in this case, we only have 10 years. So this is how it works. And this is what we're not taught. And we're not realizing how much more expensive our life gets to be able to one day retire by waiting to put money away until we have more money. And that's the problem. We're waiting to save and invest until we have more money without understanding life is expensive. We're never going to have more money. And there's this belief that my future self is going to have more time. My future self's going to have more money. My future self's going to be less stressed, more capacity, I don't know, more rich, more beautiful. So we just push things off to our future and don't take advantage of today. When it comes to wealth, every day matters. I mean, it's really so important that the day that we learn this, we apply it. And I've taught my kids this. My kids are now in their mid-20s and they're putting their $200 away and they're doing really well with this. And I learned this when I was more in my mid-30s after losing everything and having a life crisis and being a single mom with 2 kids and bankrupt and all the things. And it being in that life crisis sent me to this place where I wanted to learn money. And one of the first books I read showed me this. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I don't have time to waste, even though I'm a single mom and don't have any money. First, I need to get myself back on my 2 feet, and then I need to start putting these money principles to work. So like I said, to sum that up, if you want to become a net worth millionaire, you have to understand just the basics of compounding, as I've illustrated here. You can't wait. We need to gain financial intelligence. We need to gain that financial savvy. We need to start learning what we don't know about money. And I have different videos to address each of these things, that if you want to learn more about financial literacy, I have a video for that. More about the don't know of money that's keeping you broke, there's a video for that. And the final thing here is you really need to know your numbers. And on my last video where I talked about profit first, you need to learn how much profit do you need, meaning how much do you need to invest based on your time frame, and then have a plan and strategy for making that happen. As always, please hit that like button. Please make sure to subscribe. And I'd love your comments if you learned anything based on this little illustration, and let me know how you're doing overall in this wealth journey. Enjoy. Thank you.